Hey everybody, welcome to my podcast, Opinionated Reactionist Seeking Sames. Like, more than one, like me and you, plus your friends and our friends, and we're just gonna share opinions, reactions, news, everything that we can share together. So thank you for logging into my podcast and listening. Without any further ado, I am going to be bringing you the next episode. Oh yeah, I'm your host, Lucky Lefty. All right, so tonight's or this morning's episode is about to be about Faith Evans and Stevie J. Ooh, buddy, goodness gracious. If you guys haven't seen it, heard it, I'm sure a lot of you have. If you haven't heard about it, it's probably because you don't know who Faith Evans or Stevie J are. But just a little heads up, they are in the music industry, in the music world. Faith Evans is a really good R&B singer from the early 90s, and also good right now. Stevie J is a love and hip-hop character and a music mogul. So, he's really good with music. He's a music producer and all of those good things. So, but Faith Evans and Stevie J, boy, I saw that one and I was like, you can't even possibly be serious. This can't be real at all. So I was just like, okay, Faith Evans. All right. So Faith, I'll be missing you, Faith, which I just actually found out today that Stevie J produced that whole album with Diddy. And so he produced that song, I'll Be Missing You, song for Biggie when he died. So maybe that's how they got in contact initially. And that was like in 1997. So that was a long time ago. So, from what I've been hearing, what I've been reading, they've been friends for a very long time. But the issue still remains for me that it just looks crazy, or it sounds crazy, or just maybe I'm just a little shocked. Like, I'm more on the very shocked end of things. Okay, so Stevie J, he is a sleaze ball, like super sleazy, grimy. If you ever watched the show Love and Hip Hop, you would know who Stevie J is. I don't watch a lot of reality television, but I have had the opportunity to work with Love and Hip Hop, being that I live in Atlanta and I'm a web designer by trade. So I have worked with some of the staff from Love and Hip Hop, and I actually have met Stevie J, me and stuff in passing, things like that. But from what I have seen and heard, from a little bit I've seen and heard of Stevie J, who's always in the headlines, he is definitely not a good man. Let me not say he's not a good man. He has some really, really crazy ways of like showing a woman that he loves her. So he's always had this like triangle with Mimi Faust, his baby mama, I think his first baby mama, and he's always Jocelyn Hernandez, the girl who was a stripper that he found, and then I think he married her too. Or maybe he didn't marry her, but they were dating for a long time or engaged. I don't know. I don't have all the facts on that. I'm trying to keep up with too much of Love and Hip Hop. But what I do know is Faith. Or what I do know about and who I do like and whose energy is definitely legendary is Faith Evans. And I guess that's why this is just kind of blowing me a little bit right now. Like, Faith? Seriously? Out of all the men in the world. And it's like, it's been a long time. She's dated, she died. Well, she was married to Biggie Smalls when he died in 97. And then she was married and divorced again. And she divorced in 2011. And now she ran off to Las Vegas and married Stevie J. Or she was in Las Vegas. He was in Atlanta. Sent her a text message and said, let's get married. Which is a surefire way or reason to not get married Like, I mean, via text message and all of that. Like, it's nothing cute about that. Like, even being older, we're not gonna just run off and I'm gonna send you a text and tell you to marry me. But the good stuff about this is the gossip that got good. Jocelyn Hernandez, Stevie's ex, decides to put on Twitter that that a text from Stevie J or direct messages from Stevie J asking her to marry him the same day. So she said no, she was in love with somebody else, or she loved somebody else, and she doesn't want to get married. He went off about it, went off on her. Of course, they got to arguing because that's what Stevie J and Jocelyn do. But it was crazy. I was just kind of like, so one woman said no, and you decided to ask another woman to marry you. And this came out like after the marriage, came out in the media. And so I'm wondering like what Faith Evans is thinking. Like, you was like option number two. If you had said no, I'm sure number three, he probably would have called Mimi false and asked her to marry him at this rate, the way that this is looking. So I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. And it kind of seems like the 2018 version of Whitney and Bobby. Whitney and Bobby. Like, this is just bad. Like, Faith Evans, if you heard any of her music before, she has a powerful voice. She's beautiful. She's aging gracefully. She's quiet. She just seems like a woman who would want to be with a good man. Or even if, maybe she's having, maybe she's not good with the male picking type of thing. But Stevie J, and, people are saying that they've been friends for a really long time. And, that's probably what led into it. But, I mean, as his friend and as everybody else who can watch TV, we see that he's not the Marion type. Like, if you have any kind of standards or class, there's nothing Stevie J could probably ever say that would make sense to marry him. And I mean, really, I don't think he doesn't have an honest bone in his body. I think he's manipulative and conniving, and he likes to manipulate women. He likes to have a lot of women around. Like, he's emotionally unstable as a man, so he tries to run tricks or run loops around women all the time. And so that makes him feel better. And it's obvious in his relationships and the type of women that he's chosen to date. But out of the women right now, like, it's really looking like Faith Evans would be the strongest minded woman. So, I mean, he married her, so maybe he's attracted to that. Maybe she can get him together. So I'm not really, I guess anything could happen with this Faith Evans and Stevie J, but I don't understand it at all. Nope, can't even begin to understand why Faith Evans would marry Stevie J. But, I guess that's not for me to understand. I guess that's for them to do and us to watch. But I mean, it's honestly, I would feel bad. Like, nobody really had anything bad to say about Faith for a long time. She can sing. We didn't know where she was. She doesn't, do a lot as much as she did in the early 90s and stuff. But, she has 4 kids, so she raised kids and stuff. So, I mean, and you see her here and there on television shows, but, you don't really hear a lot from Faith. So, which means that she didn't really have a bad reputation other than, everything that happened with Little Kim and Biggie and her. But that was like too long ago. So now it's like, you just did the same thing again? Like, you are attracted to men with a bunch of side bitches? Yeah. Well, I mean, even the strongest women, I guess they need somebody, but I just don't see. I mean, men, you got to do better. I mean, you're going to turn these women into lesbians, because if the best that Faith Evans can do out here in the man is Stevie J, it's saying a lot about men right now. A lot. If Stevie J is still getting legendary women, and we all see his business on television and what type of character he is, then I don't know how much hope it is for regular women to catch a good man in 2018. that's a little scary. That's a little scary. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. Like, I guess I wish them luck. I don't particularly like the idea at all, but I wish them luck because I hope that Faith Evans doesn't end up getting hurt or like ends up being, exploited through the tabloids like Stevie J likes to do for attention. So, I just hope she doesn't end up getting dogged out publicly to this man that she decided to marry. And hopefully she wasn't on any type of, maybe she was in Vegas. She could have been like rolling or something. Maybe she'll get it annulled. It was an accident. But from the tweet, she said love wins. So I guess she's in love. I was just having a really hard time thinking that Stevie J, from a smart woman's perspective, is somebody that you could fall in love with. He even looks sleazy when he's trying to look sexy. Like, I don't know. He's not the best looking. He's not like the finest man on earth or anything like that. I have no idea, but he had these girls going crazy, and at this point, he coming after legends and Stevie J. I think he should stop. He should leave black women alone. At this point, white women can have Stevie J. Like, if any white woman wants to date Stevie J, marry him. Take him away from the black women in our community, please, because he's just tearing them down. But, to Stevie J and Faith Evans, I guess. Crazy. Alright, so thanks for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment. Everything is Lucky Lefty. So LuckiiLefty.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Lucky Lefty. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, same thing, Lucky Lefty _com. So, but you can just go to the website and you'll get all the social media or the YouTube channel. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel and subscribe. Not only do I do podcasts, I do video blogs, and I also do actual written blogs. So make sure you subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time on the next podcast.